afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Back to the Window with Scott and Scott. I am your host, Scott Steen, lead handicapper at WHINERS.com.
And I'm your co-host, Scott Reichel, senior handicapper over WHINERS.com.
And together we do this every day as Scott and I put our noggins in the same spot and get together and try to give you some nice plays to help you in that journey to head back to the window. Scott, I know you head back to the window on a nice little parlay you hit yesterday, and you didn't get to head back to the window on a parlay you couldn't play. You want to tell everybody about that?
Yeah, so yesterday I hit a 17-1 parlay, which was nice. However, as you know, I'm a pretty big tennis bettor, and there were 3 matches that I liked. And, of course, I knew that I couldn't bet them because Vegas did not have the options I wanted for the parlay, but I tweeted it anyway. So I ended up putting out a 3-pick on Twitter for tennis, the over 3.5 sets in 3 separate matches, and they all cashed, and that paid out a plus 262. So, yep, I'll take the 17-1. Would have been nicer if I could also have cashed the plus 262, but hopefully some of you did at home.
Excellent, excellent. Max says parlay God, Scott. I'm assuming he's talking about you, although I went 7-0 yesterday, so if you'd have backed all 7 of those plays, that would have paid 77-1. I'd like to tell you that I was smart enough to put a little $50 bill on it, but I wasn't. So congratulations to everybody that followed me yesterday and had some hits. And yeah, good day. Chris had a nice hit, a little 45-1 parlay. It was a good day for the Winners and Whiners boys, man.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how many games I liked in terms of leans or just overall action, but I think I hit everything. I might have gone like 11-0 last night. Like it seemed like everything that I liked on the board won.
Yep.
And yet I ended up playing some of it, so I made some money. But yeah, I might have been able to make a couple $100,000 if I actually parlayed everything that I had yesterday. But it is what it is. I'll take the money and I'll run.
Very good. Magellan says Hammer Sabalenka live at Roland Garros. You like that?
Well, Sabalenka is a top 10 player in the world, so she should potentially come back against Paquette. Paquette is ranked 101. She is the local girl from France, so maybe she's just riding the momentum of the home crowd. Sabalenka is number 7 in the world, though, so I do think that she should end up bouncing back. I don't mind it.
Okay.
Maybe you want to wait for her to choke the first set away, and then you can bet her after that. But yeah, I don't mind that play.
All right, very good. Big X in the house. What up, X? Good to have you here. And we want to remind everybody real quick, if you get an opportunity, well, you know you have an opportunity, you have a mouse. So smash the like button. We'd appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up and give us a little feedback. We appreciate the effort on everybody's part. Scott, you know, they still have the downvotes.
I believe the downvote still exists. You just can't see the number.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the downward thumb's still there, but you just don't. They're just not counted anymore. You know, we get the feedback, but
yeah,
you don't see it.
Whatever.
She was a minus 2,500 pregame, now minus 300, says Magellan.
I'll probably drop if she loses the first set. So if Paquette holds, then she'll probably be closer to minus, I don't even know, 250, 240. So
you're the tennis guy, man. I don't know. I don't know what kind of number one. I don't know what the score is now. What is she down 4-2 or something?
She's down 5-2. It's either 5-2 or 5-3. She's down 5-2. So Paquette has 2 shots to serve for the set. So
I was gonna say she'd have to double break. She'd have to double break to get back in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So like and subscribe. Subscribe to all of our YouTube channels, both of them, Winners and Whiners, and the Max Wagers Network YouTube channel as well. And of course, check out the great deal that we got going with our pals over at Caesars. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I had to sneeze.
Okay. All right. I just saw your head go down. $1,100 bet insurance. Your first bet for all new Caesars players. First time deposit, first bets in states where Caesars is available. And it's basically risk-free. You make your first bet up to $1,100. And if you win, you win. Congratulations. And if you lose, Caesar says, don't worry about it. No harm, no foul. And they will give you that money back. So make sure that you take advantage of that. If you would have done that yesterday, Tim Earl stopped by Chris's on his show and dropped in the comment section. He liked the Carolina Panthers, or the Florida Panthers, to get shut out. And shut out they did, as Vasilevsky did another great job for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And that would have paid plus $1,200. So your $1,100 could have turned into $13,200 there if you'd have played that at Caesars. Of course, you got to have a code. It's all about the codes, man. It is ATS wins CZR, ATS WINS CZR. That code is in the description of today's video, as well as the link that'll take you right there. And of course, speaking of Max Wagers Network, check out all the great offerings on the MWN. Starting off with noon and Sean Higgs doing midday money. 1 o'clock is Allie Burns with Morning Wood. 2 o'clock is me and Chris doing the Parlay Show. Right here, you'll find Scott and I every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, heading you back to the window. 4 o'clock, Sean Miller talking about soccer from around the world. And bringing it all home is the aforementioned Tim Earl with his brother Nick, along with Detroit Lenny, doing game time decision. So it's a full day. You should just pull up a chair, open up your app, and just check it out all day long.
So I set up another parlay for today, if you want to hear it.
Of course we do, Scott. Of course we do.
So I printed it out on paper once again because, there
it is.
Why not? I have the Mavericks first quarter minus a half at minus 110.
Okay.
I have the Orioles team total over 2.5, which was my play of the day. I have the Dodgers on the money line, and I have the Rangers first period minus a half at plus 180. And those 4 picks pay out at roughly 13 to 1.
You show that ticket to everybody?
Yeah. Sure. Here you go.
Closer? A little closer? Okay. All right. Solid. Very good.
There you go.
All right. Congratulations.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah, congratulations. I printed out a piece of paper. We'll see how it goes. But, I don't know what your thoughts are on those. The Mavericks, I'm just hoping for their sake they actually look decent for a quarter in this game. The Rangers at home, we've seen Carolina still winless on the highway. So if you're going to give me plus 180 to lead after a period, I'm going to take it. And the Dodgers, Bueller's been great. The Nationals aren't. I think that should work out. Orioles team total, though, 2.5 against Montgomery. I had to take that. I don't know how to avoid that, but
absolutely.
Overall, I'm a fan of those.
Put up 6 yesterday. So
I put up 6 in. I have the numbers. It was either 4 or 5 or 3 of the last 4. Okay. So I definitely like the spot there, but we'll see what happens.
You know what I hit again this weekend, Scott? Sunday night. You know what I hit? You know what it was?
No.
American Idol.
Nice. Congratulations.
Noah Thompson plus 180.
Okay.
Bad part is you're limited to $200.
Okay.
So,
it's a free 200.
It was a free 360, but
that's a couple songs at the club.
Have you been seeing those tickets on Twitter about going to the club, the $300,000?
Yes.
Bar tab.
It's a lot of tequila.
Is that what you're out there doing, Scott? You out there?
No, the bill for Allie and I at the restaurant yesterday was a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
It was a buy one get one deal, so we splurged a little bit.
Where'd you go?
Oh, we went to Paradise Cantina.
All right.
So I ended up getting a margarita, had a couple beers, and watched the Lightning somehow cover me the puck line, even though they got outshot by about 23. But the beauty of empty netters, man. Beauty of empty netters.
Beautiful thing. Bronco Devil says, can't believe Hunter Girl didn't win. Nope. Didn't see it. Didn't see that at all.
She didn't have that spark for you?
Wasn't for me. No. I really thought. I
don't even know who the hell we're talking about. But
I thought Noah. I thought Noah was the lock from the time when he did the Larry Platt song. I thought he won it that night, and then he did a great version of the Springsteen song.
Which one? Born to Run?
No, he did. He did Fire. I'm on Fire.
Okay.
Hey, little girl, that one. Except he countried it up just a little bit. So
I prefer the Ring of Fire, and it burns and it burns.
Best Ring of Fire remake, by the way, Social Distortion.
Okay.
Never heard that. Said Vassy got your back. That man's a beast. And
I did. He saved my ass. I mean, him and Kadri both really took care of everything, because for the other picks, the Cubs, we're going to mention that game a little bit later because I know we both had a play on that, but that was really never in doubt in the first 5. The Reds didn't score in the first 5. And then I also had the Dodgers, and they won. It seems like Magellan calls up the Dodgers every time he recommends minus 6.5.
Yeah.
The Dodgers won 10-1 last night.
Yep.
So those were easy, and the hockey ones were okay. The Avalanche one was kind of easy, but the Lightning one should have lost handily and ended up cashing. So
Bronco Devils got a 3-teamer today with the Dodgers, the Warriors, and then the Brokeback Mountain Astros, because I can't quit you, even though the Astros disappointed a lot of people yesterday. I would say that was the number one hose of all the people in my comment section that put their plays in.
Didn't a decent amount of people, though, get their money back because of a pitching change? If you did the listed pitchers?
Yes. If you had listed because they had the last minute switch there. So yeah, it's certainly possible. All right. I'm on fire. Great song, great video. Yes, it is. Agreed. So let's take a look and see what happened yesterday, shall we, sir? There was a lot of action, a lot of good news, a lot of bad news. You know the drill. A lot of people that took it in the shorts, and a lot of people that took it to the bank. Let's find out which camp you landed in as we talk about the Tuesday edition of Call the Cops. Very good. Very good. Let's take a look as we start off in the major leagues with the Blue Jays and the Cardinals. If you had that game under 7.5, you were pretty good shape. You capped it right. They only scored 6 in 9 innings. That's what you're looking for. Nope, we're going to extras. And we got to cover St. Louis on the run line, kids. So that under's in trouble because St. Louis, Paul Goldschmidt, hello, bases loaded. There's a shot. That's going to clear him. That's a grand slam. Game landed 10. Goodbye, 7.5. Goodbye, Blue Jays reverse run line. That game is over, Rover. Call the cops.
He's a future Hall of Famer, right?
I got to think so.
I'm assuming he's going to get there, assuming he keeps some trajectory, because he's had a very, very underrated career up to this point.
Well, that's why I was playing Arizona.
That is true. But if you had the Yankees team total over 4.5 against the Orioles, you had 4 runs in the first 5 innings, and they were losing. So you actually had a full 9 at-bats, but it didn't matter because the Yankees finished with 4.
Very good. By the way, Goldschmidt, 287 home runs, 1625 in as far as hits.
How old is he? Is he like 30, 31?
He's older than that, man.
Really?
I'm almost certain. He is 34. Yeah, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he might be in trouble. Okay.
Yeah, those stats will not put you in. You got to get to $2,000 minimum hits in this day and age. So finally, if you had the Florida Panthers, you had Florida Panthers +1 against the Lightning. They had 23 more shots on goal. That doesn't matter. Vasilevsky's between the pipes. You should have known better, to quote Richard Marks. Panthers, you're in trouble. You've lost 2-0. Call the cops.
Yeah. Truth is, the Tampa game was an extremely weird one because I somehow cashed a puck line with the team being outshot by 23, and they had 2 goals that were overturned from challenges.
Right.
So, yeah, if you really had Florida, you were extremely lucky and extremely misfortunate at the same time.
All right, very good. And there was some good news out there. This is the place you wanted to be. You were had those nice, easy winners. You had an opportunity to just kick back and relax because you were sitting in the rocking chair.
So, for the first one, if you had my play today, which was the Dodgers -1.5 against the Nationals, led 5-0 after 4 innings, and they won the game 10-1.
Yep, really never much doubt about that. Hope you were on that -6.5. Hope that paid for you. Hey, if you had the Celtics -7, not a lot of worry in your bag as they led by 24 points at halftime.
Who did we like in that game, by the way?
I believe we liked the Celtics in that game.
Yes, I believe we did too.
We liked them quite a bit. I had them as a premium. I know you were all over them as well. I just didn't see a path to victory with an understaffed Heat team there. And I believe you called a big victory. We both did, but you were the one that said 20+.
Yeah,
so,
and they won exactly by 20.
Right.
So I think I said somewhere around like 17.5, 19.5, whatever. But yeah, when you're up 18-1 in about the first 7 minutes of the game, can you say it's over at that point? Because it felt like the game was over in the first 5 minutes.
They lose the first quarter by 21. Is that right?
Something like that. But they were down 18-1. Like it was rough.
It's gonna be a blowout. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And finally, if you had the Mets and the Giants over 7.5, not much sweat there. 7 runs in the first 3 innings. Could have also done the Royals Diamondbacks, kind of the same situation. They got a lot early and a lot late. That game landed 16. You're 7.5. Yeah, that's a good number. Congratulations.
Yeah, we also like the Mets in that game, and they won handily.
Yep. So. Absolutely. Now, I did like the Padres yesterday, and I took a little grief in the comment section for liking the Padres. So I believe I took some grief here. Somebody asked me to explain it, and I did. So I won't say it's exactly the way I predicted it would come out, but it came out. So that's what counts.
Yeah, Renzo, that was not me. I did not drop $420,000 on the Mavericks -1 tonight. I have them first quarter -0.5, but for the full game, I did not take that for $420,000. So sorry.
It's not you?
No, not me.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Well, there was an absolute gambling hero yesterday, and Scott, we talked about this, about whether there would be a little motivation. Spoiler alert, apparently there was. Let's find out who it was. Open up your spit valves, get those trumpets ready, because kids, it's time to reveal the Tuesday version of gambling hero of the day. Scott, go ahead.
So for Donkey of the Day yesterday, we ended up talking about St. Louis Blues fans for sending racist insults and attacks to Nazem Kadri and his family for what happened with Binnington, even though I still don't believe it was Kadri's fault. But either way, point is, Kadri took those insults personally because in the first game after the incident, he had a hat trick, and the Avalanche ended up beating the Blues by a score of 6-3. I had them in regulation, so Kadri helped me cash the parlay. But gambling hero for helping your team win while having a hat trick in the other team's arena that just sent you racist threats. It's got to be an all-time moment, don't you think?
Yeah, that's in the Payback Hall of Fame right there, especially when you consider he's an enforcer. So,
well, he's a talented player. I mean, he's been a physical guy. He's still skilled. He's been skilled for his entire career.
So he's not exactly 100% goon.
He can usually get you 20+ goals a year.
He'll drop his gloves, is what I'm saying. He ain't afraid to drop the gloves. That's just payback. Payback is a motherfucker, and couldn't happen to a nicer city. Sorry.
No, once again, I'm not saying I'm a big fan of Kadri as a player, but no matter what you think of him as a player, you can't have racial insults charged against anybody and expect me to be okay with it. That's just, especially in today's society, you got to be better.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what color you are. If you help me hit plus 155, I'm all about it.
Just saying in general, like I know Kadri, a lot of people don't like because he's been a relatively dirty player his entire career.
Right.
But once again, I said yesterday, it's a game. There's a difference between being a little bit of a cheap shot artist and insulting somebody and his family, telling him that he should blow himself up on an airplane. There's a difference, between what you can say to heckle somebody and what should get you in jail.
Stay classy, St. Louis. Stay classy.
Yeah, not exactly good behavior. Did you see? I believe it was his wife who posted on like Twitter or social media a compilation of like all of the like racial tweets or whatever they had against him.
No, I didn't see
mostly, classic terrorist suicide bomber stuff. So, yeah.
I'm ready to stop listening to fucking incels in their goddamn basements.
Yeah. Well, so am I. I'm just saying. So if you actually do want to find out what people said, I basically just ran through it, but there are written texts that you can actually find.
Fair enough. Bronco Devil says maybe it was Mattress Mac that made that $420,000.
That wouldn't surprise me. It's either him or potentially it's Drake, because he's sponsored by one of the online casinos, and everyone keeps talking about all his plays when he's risking $0 because he's getting paid over $1 million to support the damn company. So, yeah, keep that in mind too. You never know which one of the random online influencer people are actually being sponsored to use the app or to use the platform. So their $500,000 wagers are basically free play. Just throwing it out there,
Yep. That's a little bit of a shill, we used to call those in the game.
Well, it is, but the point is you see it all over the place with Bleacher Report and all these other publications on Twitter promoting what Drake's doing. And I'm just like, you guys realize that he's not actually gambling anything, right?
Yeah. No, he's
not
putting any of that Drake money.
No, not at all.
Drake money in play there. Ninth Wonder says Cardinals money line, Lightning money line yesterday plus 240. Good take. Yep, there you go. That's a good hit for sure. Peter Wolf told Ice he should get on the ice and try to hurt God. Can you skate? You ever been on ice skates?
I can penguin waddle.
Okay, I've never put on a pair of ice skates in my life. Not once. Not ever. So I'm thinking this would be a bad age to start.
I'm assuming that's intentional.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it was intentional. I mean, I've never number one, I don't grow up in a big ice skating place, so there's only like a couple places in the city you could go ice skating, and it just never held much appeal for me. I was a roller skater. I used to roller skate. That was back when everybody went to the roller skate rink on Friday night and had fun and everything. So, flyer parlay with the Warriors money line, the Rangers money line, the Flames money line, the Rays money line. Says I see.
Well, the one thing I do like about that parlay is the fact that the Flyers are not in your flyer parlay, so you have a decent chance of actually hitting it, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
But
absolutely.
I mean, I can go through each of those. The Rangers on the money line, I don't mind because Carolina is still winless on the road in the
All right.
playoffs, so
Yeah,
that's still
0-4.
definitely a factor. The Rays have been hit or miss. McClanahan's pitching tonight against a decent pitcher in Lopez.
A decent pitcher.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic. He's been great
Okay.
this year.
Okay.
He's been
Yeah.
great, but I don't mind that because Tampa's still good in the Trop. The Warriors, I don't know about because the Warriors and the Mavericks have had interesting quotes leading up to the game where Golden State's talking about playing with house money, which means I don't know if they actually expect to win tonight or not. And Luka's talking about how he's just happy to be here and it's a learning experience. So both teams have red flag quotes competing against each other. So I'm not really sure what to read into that. But
Nobody wins
I was
tonight.
going to say, I can't mind the Golden State play because they've been the much better team all series long. The Flames one concerns me because Edmonton clearly has the best two players on the ice. They have McDavid and they have Draisaitl. But the main story for me is goaltending. Smith was awful in game one, and he's been pretty good since.
4 goals.
Markstrom really has not been very good.
No, they actually have very similar stats.
Yeah,
if you
but
look at their save percentage and their goals against, but you have to remember
game
Mike
one, Smith was
dreadful, and Markstrom was just bad.
Correct. So I am a little bit concerned about the Flames there, just because I do think Edmonton at home with the just talent advantage, and right now the goalie advantage, I think should have a decent shot to go up 3-1. I do like the other ones, though.
Did you think we're going to be talking about Edmonton with Mike Smith having a goaltender advantage over anybody?
No, but I think we can agree based on consistency or lack thereof. I mean, land of the barefoot, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what it looks like.
Bronco Devil marveling at your sarcasm.
Thank you.
Usually, I believe they come from my sarcasm.
I'll be here all week.
When you go home to Vegas? Thursday?
I'm going home literally like 12:30 in the morning.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to be out there one more day for some reason.
No, I was hoping so. I have a bit of a conundrum I have to deal with because I'm supposed to go out to dinner with some people, but that dinner's at like 9:15, and my flight takes off at 12:30. So I don't know if I have time to actually have dinner, then get to the airport, or if I could just bring my bags to the restaurant, which I highly doubt. I think that's probably frowned upon, but I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Well, if any place would let you do it, would be Vegas. Could bring
Probably.
You probably
They shouldn't be offended by it. They should be flattered. The last thing I'm doing before I go back home is eating at your restaurant.
That's right.
So they shouldn't be offended by it, you know.
Where are you going? Where's the restaurant?
Oh, I don't. I think it's in the Palazzo.
Okay. All right.
But
it's not where you're staying.
No.
Because that would have been handy.
I was going to say maybe I could use the storage room for the luggage, but I'm not staying in the hotel, so I don't think they'd let me do that.
At Mirage?
No, at the Palazzo.
Oh, no, they won't let you do that.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather just take an Uber directly from dinner, but I don't think I can get away with that.
No, you're going to have to leave your stuff with the Mirage.
That's the point. So I don't know if I really want to Uber back and figure it out. So
I get it.
Oh, well.
Yep. It's a tough dilemma, my friend.
As much as I enjoy dinner, I'd also want to enjoy making my flight, you know?
Yeah. Good enough. Very solid. So what else we got? We talked a little bit about the basketball game. You want to go a little more in depth in that, Scott? Does Dallas have a puncher's chance here?
A puncher's chance is always possible when your team lives and dies by the three. Right. And if you want to call out your team, which is what Jason Kidd did going into game 3 for living and dying by the three, first of all, it's a stupid call out because that's how you even got here in the first place. But Dallas isn't going to suddenly change up their offense. They rely a lot on role players hitting a bunch of three-pointers. And so far this series, they have not. So if you're going to be trying to turn every game into a three-point contest and Reggie Bullock and Kleber don't go a combined 0 for 15 from the floor, then maybe you have a shot to win the game. But the way that I see it, I do think that Dallas should get off to a decent start. I think that they will play well in the first half. Unfortunately, I lost my play today with that in game 3. First quarter, they came out flat. But if Dallas wants any shot to win this game, they have to get off to a decent start because we know how good the second half Warriors are. So I do like Dallas early on, but I think
third quarter, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do think that as the game wears on, Golden State will wear them down as they have all series long.
I start missing those shots, it's all over.
Yeah.
Peter Wolf has a good idea. Just call ahead and see if they'll let you throw your stuff in the coat room. Not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad idea at all. Maybe Reggie Billy can put the ball in the basket. Yeah, that'd be great. 40 minutes, no points. What are we doing, Scott?
Cardio.
It's not like he's Dikembe Mutombo, you know.
Well, Strus did the same thing yesterday, right? Didn't Strus go over?
Yeah.
I don't think he played 40, but he still didn't score.
Dude, everybody on the Mavs they were dreadful. Brunson put up 20. Dinwiddie had 26. Doncic had 40. The rest of the team, how's Scott? How many how many they had?
7?
14.
Okay.
14.
I made it up, but you know.
You were half right.
Yeah.
Michael Dose says thoughts on the Mets Giants game. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. You like the incredible stat with Webb, and Chris brought this out in the last show. 17-0, last 17 at home.
I'm torn on the stat because on one hand, that's a large track record. So that definitely is kind of like the lightning off a playoff loss. Yep. You know, at some point you blindly bet it until it loses.
That's a season plus. That's a season and a quarter probably.
Pretty much, but the way that I see it, the Mets have been the much better team recently. We roasted the Giants yesterday for being minus 140 or 145, and now they've lost 5 in a row. Do you want to lay 125 with a pitcher that's been that good at home, but a team that's been that overvalued? It's kind of pick your poison there, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I would probably lean the Giants. I'd like it a lot better if it was 115. I think 125 might be just a little bit strong for me.
I agree. Maybe you can make an argument for first 5 if you think Webb's going to pitch well. But I really don't know. I don't have much of a thought on it because even though, once again, you can make the argument, you know, don't fix what isn't broken, keep riding the trend. But the Giants have lost 5 in a row. It's not like they're playing good baseball. So I'm staying away.
Jonathan Childress says Mets plus the half is a risk. Mets plus money is a risk I've taken every chance I get. I think the Giants get game 3, though.
It's possible, but truth is, if you've been taking the Mets at plus money, you've probably done well for yourself this season, so you can afford a risk or two.
Guarantee it. IC says I'd bench Bullock.
For who?
That's always the question.
That's the main reason why I lost a play today for the Suns minus 1.5 games against Dallas, because I looked at Dallas on paper and said the supporting cast sucks. And I was right. They played well against the Suns, but most of the Suns fell apart. But you go down the line for this team, I mean, this roster is not very good. I mean, Brunson.
You play Sterling Brown?
I was going to say Brunson's a guy who's going to get paid during the offseason, whether you think he should or not. He's pretty good. So Brunson's a decent player. Dinwiddie is a bit of an inconsistent player, but he's still talented, so to speak. They're still missing Tim Hardaway Jr. with a fractured foot. He would be big for that team. And then who else do you got? You're playing Kleber like 27 minutes. Kleber sucks. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do. Your centers are Kleber and Dwight Powell.
Yeah.
Your team's just not very talented.
You have no answer. You have no answer in the middle. See, that's the thing. This isn't a stylistic thing that the Mavs can just change. They can't grow. They
don't have the personnel.
They can't grow an inside presence. It's just
you're not going to start playing Boban.
No,
I don't know what you're supposed to do.
No, you're not. Michael Dose wants to know if there's such thing as an in-game wagering on MLB. Yes, absolutely is.
We in-game wager all the time.
Yes, it's really interesting to watch because it will change pitch by pitch.
Yeah.
So
you can actually wager pitch by pitch, but that's a little bit too degenerate for even me.
Well, and it's hard to do with the cable setup too.
Oh yeah, because the betting market says you can tell if you want spoilers to every single play in a sporting event. Check the live feed on his betting app.
Yeah. Like if I'm watching a game and I've just got the live bets up in the background, I gotta turn them down. I gotta minimize that screen. You'll absolutely know what happened. Commented on Steen's post. The writers of Better Call Saul Must be watching. Oh, last night, Mike said to Frank, "Do you really want to bet the farm on that?" Outstanding.
I hope he had his hat on. That's all I'm saying.
You could do worse than have Vince Gilligan and crew watching the show. I have not seen last night's Better Call Saul, so
I've purposely not watched this season because I'm trying to watch all of them consecutively once they come out on streaming services.
binge it all together.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't wait.
I can't go week by week. I can't do it.
He's such a
I can't.
You're such a millennial. Jesus.
You don't believe that the actual viewing experience is better when you can watch them just consecutively? Even for comparison, of course, like I could wait a week if I wanted to, but wouldn't you agree it's better when you could digest all of it at the same time?
It's like having a big cake, though. You should have a piece a day. You know, you're not going to eat the whole cake in one sitting. That's kind of
Not the way I eat cake. Come on.
I've been known to put the hurt on a cake or two. I know that's stunning.
You have a favorite type of cake or pie?
No. I mean, yeah, I'm in the mood for different things. There's just a couple I don't really like pecan pie because I don't like pecans.
Okay.
But other than that, I'd eat about any kind of pie.
I am a classic apple pie guy.
Oh, there you go. You put cheese on it? Are you one of those guys?
No, I don't put cheese on it. I do like cheese, but not on my pies. Get that away from me.
Okay.
But give me apples, give me cinnamon, give me a very nice soft crust. Good to go.
It's hard to argue with. I'm a big fan of Boston cream pie. I like
ice cream on top for the pie.
Oh yeah, a little a la mode for you. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I like Boston cream pie. It's kind of the best of both worlds. You get a little cake, you get a little pie, you get a little pudding,
and a little Boston.
And a little Boston.
Yeah.
About as close to Boston as I want to get these days. Binge again this season before July. Are you watching Stranger Things?
No, I'm not.
You don't watch Stranger Things?
I'm aware. I know what it is, and I do appreciate shows that kind of embrace a timepiece element to it, where they have costumes from like the 1980s and they try to go for some type of vibe. Like I respect the effort there. I'm not a big paranormal type of show guy. I did watch Interstellar, which was, the fantasy limit of like, science fiction, whatever that I'll go through, but it's usually not my cup of tea.
Okay. All right. Somebody commenting on chocolate babka. You a babka guy?
It's not bad.
You a little babka, won't you?
That's not bad. You had me a chocolate.
J.R. Black says, remember when we had no choice but to wait a week? No shit. Had to sit through commercials. You had to wait a week. You had to change the channel by hand.
I like how you're saying, remember when I did experience that for part of my life. I'm not that young. Like, I did have to go through commercials growing up. Like, that was a thing.
What? You had VCRs?
VCRs actually came around when I was probably in, like, middle school.
What?
When my family had it.
No,
like
yeah.
the DVRs? That was around,
not a DVR, not a DVR, a VCR with tapes.
Oh, a VCR, sorry.
You could fast forward through, you could fast forward through commercials.
Yeah.
And some of the fancy ones, even like you could just hit one button and it would go through the commercials and start right at the next spot.
That was what, TiVo that did that?
Yeah.
I think TiVo was one of those that did that.
No, that's digital.
TiVo was just recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's how you know it's old. We're talking about TiVo. I'm sure a lot of you haven't heard that name in probably a decade.
Bronco Devil says loves The Offer. Fantastic show. I can't recommend it enough. I'm trying to get my son to watch it because he just fell in love with The Godfather. They just went and saw the 50-year anniversary in the theaters. I'm trying to talk him into watching it. I will absolutely plug that. Are you watching The Offer?
Look how they massacred my boy.
You got to watch The Offer, man.
Okay.
It is high quality TV. It's on Paramount Plus. So, Diamondback run line today, says Bill McDonald. Yes, fade the Royals. That's a terrible baseball team right now. Scott, what do you think?
Well, we're going to talk about that game a little bit later.
Oh, that's right. We are. Yes, that's right. Before remote, you had to get. Oh yeah, you had to get your fat ass up and change the channel. Damn right, Michael. And if you were the unfortunate sibling, some of you had to sit there and hold the antenna. Yeah, absolutely right. That's not a lie. Brother had a TV at the head of his bed, and he fashioned a pole to change the channels on the dial.
I didn't know that your brother was MacGyver, but I'm impressed by that.
I'm here for that. Anybody that spends way more effort developing a tool to enable them to be lazy, than it would take just to change the channel, I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
That's a guy I'll be friends with.
Yep, no question about it. All right, so what about the hockey tonight? We talked a little bit about the basketball. I think we're both on the Warriors here. As far as the hockey goes, Scott, you've got Mike Smith, as we talked about. Does Calgary have anything for him?
I think that the series is going to be very competitive, but I just can't get past the goaltending right now because we know that Edmonton has McDavid, Draisaitl, and even Evander Kane, who's been good in this series because, of course, he's on the same, power play unit and he's on the ice with McDavid and, Draisaitl when they switch lines and everything. So he has a good supporting cast. But I just can't get past the fact that Carolina's defense has been a mess and the goaltender can't bail them out. So I'm still going to go with Edmonton. You?
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. I like the under here too. I think 6.5 is a little too strong. I'm a big fan of the under here. You haven't had stellar goaltending, but you've had very good goaltending the last 2 games.
I was going to say, if I'm going with an under, it would be Calgary team total. I don't want an under with Edmonton.
Fair enough. I can get behind that. I can relate to that. That's fine. Michael Dosa channels would sign off with the Indian head. Yeah, you get the national anthem, the waving flag, and then you'd see the Indian head. Mm-hmm. I know you're too young for that.
A little bit.
Do you ever remember TV channel signing off for the night?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you did catch a little.
It was either sign off or paid programming at like 3 a.m.
Magellan says Doncic's first basket, excellent value. What is it?
First basket? I do not have that in front of me. I'm assuming probably like 4-1 if I had to guess.
Okay, solid. BN Trabajo checking in. What's up? What's up, BN? Hola, muchachos. Good. So you like Edmonton there?
Yeah.
You like the Rangers at home in the guide?
I like Carolina as a team, but until you win a damn road game in the playoffs, I'm not going to pick you to win a road game.
Magellan says it's plus 440.
Close enough.
Just running the numbers? That seems to be like an excellent play when you've got a guy that's putting up 40% of your total, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're assuming if Dallas scores 100, Doncic is going for 40.
Yeah. So I mean, that makes it plus 150.
Yeah.
You double that because you obviously could lose the tip, so then that screws you.
I don't know the tip stats between Powell and Looney, so I would try to look those up.
Yep. Yeah, but even if you doubled it, it's plus 300. So I still think at plus 440, there's some value there. I agree with that. Bronco Devil says I worked in radio and TV and had to turn on the transmitter. It was one of my first jobs. Oh, that's funny as shit, dude. You need to sleep with that KC hat on. Yeah, I put because I got a sunburn at the lake, so I put Bronco Devil, the hat that he sent me. I put the Kansas City hat on last night or night before. 7-0. I told him I'd never take that fucking hat off again.
Nice.
FanDuel grades a free throw as a win too. Cool.
Yeah. FanDuel also has method of basket, which I've lost every time on. But you can bet on player with free throw, 3-pointer, dunk, layup. Yeah, I'm over. So not a fun time, but it's an interesting wager for about 30 seconds before you lose.
It's a good bet for people that don't want to wait an entire week to see one of the latest version of their TV show.
Yeah, pretty much.
You get an outcome of the first 30 seconds. Congratulations. Who you like tonight, buddy, in the baseball world?
For the most part, I took it relatively light. I do like the Dodgers, -1.5 again. Okay. Gray is a decent pitcher, but Bueller's Bueller, and the Dodgers on the road have been solid. The Dodgers, the team, have been very good lately, so I do like the Dodgers there. Besides that, I have the Orioles team total over as my play of the day, just because 2.5 with Montgomery on the mound is ridiculous, so I had to take that on principle. Besides that, I don't really like much else. I'm kind of just taking it easy and trying to enjoy my last day in Vegas.
Very good. Do anybody play the Dinger, the FanDuel Dinger Tuesday? I do not.
I don't. I don't bet on players to hit home runs like ever. I just don't do it.
Any reason why?
I just don't think there's really enough profit for it. You can talk about the odds that you're going to be getting on some players, but I don't. I feel like you're just getting ripped off every time you take a home run prop, aren't you? Just based on like the percentage per at bat for a home run.
Yeah, the juice on it is usually pretty unattractive to me.
That's what I'm saying. So even if you get let's just say like an Aaron Judge, who's been hitting a lot of home runs this season, what's the odds of him to homer? Like 3-1 on a good day?
Yeah, I mean, I mean that implies he's going to hit 160 home runs. So.
That's what I'm saying. Like the point is, you're looking at even the power hitters,
I
and
mean, what kind
the
of
odds
odds are
you're
they getting?
getting
Oh, yeah.
are definitely not as good as they should be. So I always stay away. Now, the Dinger Tuesday is basically a promotion where you get a free bet, or you get you get compensated for gambling on it. So I guess that kind of cuts into it a little bit. But for me, I can't do home runs because I know going in, you're just getting killed in terms of the implied odds compared to what you're actually paying.
Hey, speaking of the Godfather, here's an offer you can't refuse. Bien Trabajo said if the Orioles team total hits, said Vegas escorts are on my dime with a Reichel name tag on them.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Nice.
I'll be most likely on the airplane a couple hours later, but we'll see. Tell you what, if it ends up cashing, hit me up on Twitter and we'll figure something out.
They have escorts in New York too. Just saying.
Well, I'm saying I might have to give him coordinates. Like longitude and latitude. We'll have to figure it out.
Join the Mile High Club. Just put an escort on the
Put
plane.
it on the plane.
Yeah, just in case. I'm getting drunk on a plane. Anything else that you're? Am I wrong just to blindly want to take the over 6.5 with Burns and Snell? Do I trust Snell?
I actually do like the over there, just based on the fact that 6.5. Once again, you have a 3-3 tie where you automatically win.
Right.
So you're looking at a situation where you could go to extras, but
went to extras last night.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Snell's made what, like 2 starts since he's come back this season?
1 start.
He's made 1?
4 innings, buddy.
Milwaukee hasn't been great hitting, but we'll see what
that's
happens.
The whole question. Yes.
I don't mind it though. 6.5. You make an argument with the Rays game 2, of course, with Lopez and McClanahan. It's not exactly as appealing, but still 3-3. There's decent ways to cash an over 6.5. You can accidentally stumble into an over for a 6.5.
No question at all. Calgary worried about Markstrom, or can he turn it around? Well,
he's a Vezina finalist, but he sucked. I mean, if you got to be honest, if let's just say Edmonton scores 4 goals against him tonight, and suddenly you're facing elimination, you're down 3-1. Can you swap out your Vezina candidate goalie? Can you? I know the Rangers held on to Igor, and that worked out against the Penguins. It only worked out because Crosby got injured, but I don't know what Calgary's supposed to do.
I think you're right or die at that point.
I think you do too, but I don't know if they're worried about it. I'm worried about Markstrom because he sucked.
Bronco Devil working in TV still. He's trying to give us he's our director today.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up, boys. Let's wrap it up. All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to see anything else that excites me there. Baltimore beating the Yankees yesterday. How'd you feel about that?
Cole struggled. Baltimore continues to hit the ball pretty well. That's why I like the team total over today. Okay. But, Bronco wants the show to move on, so it might just be time to wrap it up, right?
Yep. What Bronco says, Bronco gets, and it is that time. So I don't know. You probably have nothing else to do in Vegas other than just talk on the YouTube channel. But
I actually have to book it because I'm supposed to appear on like a podcast in like 20 minutes. I got to book it. So we'll see.
Got to book it.
Book it. I can't even read. Book it.
How old are you? Now you sound older than 22 or whatever you are.
Grip it and rip it.
Grip it and rip it. All right, buddy. Let's get to it. Let's talk about the one thing we have left to talk about here. You guys know what time it is. It is time to put on those overalls. Get your straw hat on your head. Unless you're traveling in Vegas where you don't have your straw hat, then don't put it on. But
the streak's been living, so we'll stick with the streak.
All right, fair enough. But all you normal people, put your straw hats on. Climb up that John Deere, get out your keys, put them in the ignition, and fire that bad boy up. Because, kids, once again, it is time to join Scott and I as we bet the farm. All right, very good, sir. Well, barehead. Wait a minute. Where's the logo? There we go. All right, very good. Yeah, ma'am. Afternoon. Yes, like I always want to make sure the logo's in front, like we have a deal with John Deere. By the way, your hotspot is fading a little bit, buddy.
I gave it a good run. We're 45 minutes in?
Yeah, you gave it a good run. All right, let's get to it. I know we had a farm play yesterday, Scott. How'd we do?
We had the Cubs team total over 4.5, and Gutierrez sucked again. Nice and easy winner.
God bless you, Gutierrez. Let's cue the banjos. Yeehaw! All right, very good. Well, my friend out there in Vegas, What do we got cooked up for today?
So we're going to go back to baseball, going back to that Diamondbacks and Royals game. We're going to take the Diamondbacks, first 5, -0.5 at -135. Diamondbacks have won 4 of their last 5 games, so they've been underwhelming, but surprisingly decent, which a lot of people didn't expect. The Royals, though, they have sucked. They've lost each of their last 5 games, and the starting pitching advantage is a lot more than an advantage. It's not even close, because you have Gallen on the mound for Arizona. At home this season, 24 innings pitched, .75 ERA, and you have Heasley on the mound for Kansas City, who's been mediocre, but the Royals cannot hit for him. In his 2 starts, the Royals have scored a total of 1 run. So we think Arizona should probably get to at least 2 in the first 5 here, and we're not sure Kansas City even gets to 1. Give us Arizona first 5, -0.5.
Yep, very possible. I think it's going to be another long night for the boys in blue. I think this one's going to be over early. So we've got the Diamondbacks first 5, -0.5. Oh, and I did not change that. It is -135. We wrote this earlier last night, and it was -120. So this number has gone up to 135. Do not roast us for putting a bad number in there. That's my fault for not changing it out. It is -135 is the best number we found on this bet as of right now. So that's going to do it for the farm. That's going to do it for Scott's trip in Vegas. And that's going to do it for the show today. We appreciate everybody stopping by. As always, wish you nothing but the best. Good luck on all your plays. And Scott and I will see you once again tomorrow as we do our level best to help you in that never-ending journey to head back to the window. Take care, everybody. We'll see you then.